Guys, Jacob here. I'm going to show you guys how to do an oil change for a 2008 Acura TSX. This is my car, so I'll show you guys step by step how to do it. Alright, so step one is you want to jack your car up. So I have my jacks here, and then you want to, okay, so first thing before you want to jack your car, so before jacking you want to find the support beam, and it's make sure that the jack is staying on it. So the support beam is right here where my finger is at, so make sure that you're jacking it right there to hold the car up, to jack the car up. But I just want to be careful of your support beam right here. It's kind of rusted. You want to be careful because you don't want to jack it up because it'll bend your frame. So it's right here my finger is at, so you want to make sure the jack goes there. Alright, so after you're done jacking up, put the jack stand underneath the vehicle, and you see these right here, these where the metal, you want to make sure your jack stand goes underneath these two, okay? So this is where jacks needs to be underneath to hold the car up. So after that, I will teach you guys where to how to change oil. So we're about done here. Alright, so now the car is jacked up. The next step is to find the oil pan, and it's actually underneath this cover right here, but you'll have to take this piece off right here, and then this, there's a screw right there right here to get to the oil pan with the drain out. So this is a size 10 bolt, but I'm just going to use my hand because it'll come off that way easily. So it comes off, go to the side, and then we go underneath. You can tell this is the oil bolt to drain the oil out, and I think that I think 17, correct me if I'm wrong, but 17, 18, can't remember, but yeah. So you gotta take the cover off first to get to the oil pan right here, to get the oil bolt to drain the oil out. All right, and that's the next step I'm going to do. Just take the bowl out, and then the oil will drain. Alright guys, so I'm underneath the car again, and then the oil bolts right here, oil pan. So I just correct the bolt is 17, I was right. All you do is going to turn it, make sure you drain it correctly and spill. So you just turn it, and then, oh my goodness, there you go, the oil's draining now. So you can tell, I get all over the ground, but you can use and clean that easily. But yeah, that's how you do it. Remove the bolts, and the oil will drain down. Alright guys, so we're on top of the car right now. This is the oil dipstick, and this is where the oil go. It's recommended 5W30. So what I like to do is I actually like to pour some oil in, just a little bit. Just try to, you know, clear any type of other oil that's in the oil pan. But for me, I like to pour just a little bit in there, just for the heck of it. So that's what I'm going to do next, and then from there I will show you guys where the oil filter is at. So we're just let the bottom drain out completely, and then from there I will show you guys where the oil filter is at. So yeah. Alright, so now that the oil is kind of done draining, all you do is just plug the bolt back in, and then twist it and make sure you put enough pressure that it will stay tight in the bolt. So, and the slot where the bolt goes. So that's what I'm doing next. Alright. Alright, so I have my brand new oil filter right here, my hands. I'm going to show you where the oil filter is at. The oil filter is right above the oil pan, right above there. You can see the micro right there's a micro or whatever. That's where the oil filter is at. It's on the passenger side next to the passenger axle on top of it. So all you do is just screw it off, and after you're done screwing it off, be careful, there can be some oil left over, so it's going to drip down, and you want to just unscrew it, take it out, and after you're done, put the new one back up there and just tighten it back up. So you can tell where the micro is right there, my finger's at. That's where the oil filter is at. So that's what I'm going to do next. Alright guys, I just got done removing the old one, and this is the new one. The new one's gonna go back in there. This is the old one. And to remove the oil filter, you need the oil filter remove tool, and this is how it looks like. And you could get it at any auto place that sells it. So you don't need that to remove the oil filter. Alright. Next up is I'm going to put the new oil filter back in and then tighten it up by hand. And then you can only do it by hand. Tighten it by hand, and then from there I will put oil into the engine. Now I'm done putting the oil filter back where it needs to go. What I'm going to do is put everything back. So let's cover. I'm just going to go back where it came from. So just make sure you put that back to protect the oil, whatever the old bolt or whatever, so that alright, now that I'm done putting the oil filter back to its place, what I do is put the cover to block the oil bolt, and it's just kind of tighten it back in by hand. And then from there I'm pretty much done. And I do just pour oil back into the engine. Alright guys, now that I'm done changing the oil filter and draining the oil, what I'm going to do next is going to pour oil back into an engine. And this engine takes about 5 quarts of oil, so make sure you pour 5 quarts of oil in it, okay? Alright, now that I'm done pouring oil back into the engine, all I'm going to do is I'm going to jack it back down. Alright, I'm going to drive it around. After I'm done driving, I'm going to check the oil level, and I'm going to check, make sure there's no oil leaking underneath my car, to make sure that everything's all tightened up and there's no leak. And if you're done checking your oil level, you're good. And that's how you complete oil change on a 2008 Acura TSX. Hopefully it was helpful.